Hello again, everybody. This is Derek, and I am coming back at you with another Wargaming in Miniature video. And in today's video, we're going to continue on with my American War of Independence project update. As you know, I am building forces in 15 millimeter for a game called Land of the Free and by Osprey, and I'm making good progress. So I just wanted to show off the figures that I completed yesterday. If you follow me and you watch my live streams, you might have seen me painting some of these figures during my live stream. And I just happened to finish them this night. And so I thought it would be a good opportunity for me to show them off. Plus, I've got some figures in from Magister Militarium. So I'd like to show those off as well. And some flags. And I just want to basically just get you caught up on my project. It's like every few days, I'll keep you up to date on where my project is. Now, I am working towards figures for Freeman's farm, but I'm not being too particular about the correct regiments. I'm just building regiments, and I'm trying to do the regiments that are at Freeman's farm first. But if I do like a Maryland regiment, I can always put it in and proxy it in for a Massachusetts regiment or something like that. So I'm just doing figures as I feel. Okay, so now this is a 50 millimeter base because it's a division general. In Land of the Free, they don't say division or brigade or anything like that. They say group and force. This would be a force commander. And so, but technically it's a division. Everything that I'm doing, all the scenarios that I've seen and everything, it comes out to being a division general. All right, now, on the bottom of my generals, I like to write who they are, and this is Lieutenant General Wilhelm Reichsfuhrer von Inhausen und Nifhausen. I don't know if that's Nif, like a PH is an F, or is it actually a PH because it's German. So is it Niphausen or is it Nifhausen? Nifhausen. I don't know. If you're German, let me know. Now these figures are Blue Moon. These are Blue Moon figures, and I'm very pleased with the details that are on them. Let me show you the next generals that I've done. These are Hessians. All right, and this guy is Rahl. It's Colonel Johann Gottlieb Rahl. Can also be spelled differently, but now these generals are not packaged specifically as personalities. I'm just naming them myself. And he looks like he's leaning a little bit. I might have to straighten the legs of that horse. All right, let me show you the next one. Major General Werner von Mirbach. There are a couple of scenarios where I will need one Hessian brigadier, and I could have got away with just doing one. But there are also a couple of other scenarios that you need a whole division. So I went ahead and painted all 6 of the officers in the pack. All right, now you can see this guy's got a horse that's like feeding or something. I thought about putting a little a tuft of flowers or something on there. I still might do that just to make it look like he's reaching down and actually, you know, grazing. But this would be the Crown Prince, Wilhelm, Count of Hesse-Hanau. He's not the current prince, and he's not the king or whatever. He's not the current prince, he's the crown prince. He'll take over if his father dies, that kind of stuff. Which I think he did in 1780, I think. I'm just going off of memory. But that's Herb Prinz. And then finally, this is the brigade commander that I need for the Battle of Freeman's Farm and a few other scenarios. This is Riedesel. He's a Brunswicker. And it would be Major General Frederick Baron von Riedesel. So that was like the only figure I needed for Freeman's Farm. All right, now let me show you the regiment that I did. All right, now this is a militia unit, and you can see how they're all dressed in civilian clothes. Now there's a couple of militia units in Freeman's Farm, both Connecticut militia. One of them, well, let me rephrase that. Depending on the sources that you look at and the way they want you to set up the units, there's a couple of militia regiments at Freeman's Farm, and some scenarios say they're both Connecticut. But if you do any research on Freeman's Farm, you find out that Seth Warner's Green Mountain Boys were actually present at that battle, and they're technically considered militia that have been rolled into the Continental Army, and they're well equipped. So I plan to do the Green Mountain Boys as the second militia unit. Yeah, these are the guys that I was working on the live stream. And again, these are all Blue Moon figures. These are not Old Glory. I've been really doing a lot of Old Glory, but these are Blue Moon, and I think they look really good. I think they got quite a bit of detail. And the price is right. Because you get like 30 miniatures for $20. Where if I remember right, Old Glory, you get 24 figures for $11. I think. I'm going off of memory. So I don't know what the cost per figure ratio is. Maybe I'll put it on the screen when I do the editing. All right, now let me zoom out a little bit and show you some of the other things that I got. All right, so I've got my GMB order in. I got my Cotton Gem flags order in. Let me I think I showed off these cotton gem flags already. Basically, they tell you like which ones you get. You got the Herb Prince, Lost, Two Battalions, Hessian Line, and then like Rhode Island Militia, Third Maryland, uh, Highlanders, the Queens, Rangers. But I also got in some Burgundian and some cavalry and Swiss, and then Butler's Rangers. There's flags on both sides. There's the 20th, but basically I ordered a bunch of cotton gems, uh, but if I have the same flag in cotton gem, and I also have it in, oh wait, there's even more. Hold on. Okay, that's all of them. Yeah, I got South Carolina, Rhode Island Militia, Washington's, Second Continental, and then Ninth Connecticut, as well as Liberty Flag, Hanover. Yeah. And then a bunch of other British. I really like that flag just because it's black. I don't know. It just does something for me. But there's the 9th and the 12th. And then, of course, the 2nd New Hampshire, Pennsylvania. There's a Connecticut flag, Bunker Hill. But if I have a choice to do either Cotton Gem or GMB, I'm going to do GMB. Now I want to make a point. Okay, that's Cotton Gem. And these are some of my GMB flags. Like there's the Connecticut. There's Rhode Island. When we get to the British, I'm going to show you a comparison. Hessian infantry, not all of them. I've already used one rattlesnake flag. I've used one Massachusetts flag. Okay, British Army. You got the King's color and you have the regimental color. That's awesome. Same thing with Cotton Gem. But if you look at the flags, you can see that there's a size difference. You can also, if you look really closely, okay, GMB never has done this to me before, but they've started putting multiple packs on one card. Which I don't mind. Okay, not in there. I'm going to pull the 9th out is what I'm doing, because that's the 9th. There's some guard. 44th, 28th, 15, 17, 42nd, 20, 22, 47. I know I have the 9th. Here it is. So this would be the 9th, right? If you look closely, and I don't know if that's close enough. No, if you look closely, you can see the IX. So you know it's a 9, right? Where this top row is the 9th bright yellow, a little bit faded. It's more matching of all these. Same thing with the King's color. It's like pure white. These have folds built into them, and you get like nothing. No. See how this is different than that. This has got like a red center, and this doesn't. I think this is inaccurate. I don't know, but that definitely looks, and it's larger. It's only a few millimeters larger, but on the models, I love flags. You know, I think the larger flag is more eye-catching on the table. Okay, so those are some of my GMB flags. I've got a second order of GMB coming in to finish my collection. They're all Continentals, from what I remember. Now, these, I've got a couple of flags in this little pack from Stone Mountain. Now, these are from Stone Mountain, and you can see these are also kind of tiny and small. They're good-looking flags. I've already used the Rets flag. Like here's Spec, and then over here is Herb Prince. There's Ridicule right there. That's Prince Frederick. So there's a lot of Hessian flags that I can use. But they only give you one. They don't give you the Lieb standard and the regimental standard. So I'm disappointed with that. Same thing with their, like the 9th comes with both. But if you look at these others, like this is Queen's Rangers, but these are not the Queen's Rangers. This is the 103rd, the 33rd, and the 93rd Highlanders. And I can see the 9. That looks more like the GMB flag. Yeah. I'm kind of disappointed with the King's, not having the King's colors. I think that Stone Mountain sells a flag sheet of just the King's colors, which, like on this unit, you only see one flag, but that's the Americans. Okay, so I went through Freeman's farm, and I pulled a Ziploc bag with, and then I put a little sticker inside, a little label of what unit I'm going to put in that bag. And some of these already have some figures in them. Most of them have 0 figures. There's a couple of rifles that I've got thrown in there. But basically, as I get my figures and I pick and choose which ones I want to use and which ones I want to put in the unit, I'll fill them out accordingly. So each of these Ziploc bags will be a battalion like that, because I did open a bag for my militia. I bagged it up one day, and the very next day I took it out of the bag. Okay, now I did the same thing for the British. And I've got quite a few Old Glory figures in some of these bags, but but I wanted to show that unit right there, because these are the Magister Militarum figures that I just got in, and I put them in that bag because those are wait, no, I take it back. That's Blue Moon, and that's the Hessian gunners for their artillery. Okay, that's not the bag I wanted to show you. That's the bag I wanted to show you. The 21st Regiment. Okay, well, there's Dearborn and New York. I was thinking I was going to do them next, but I really don't have any. Almost dropped all my figures. I really don't have any British units done except for the one Hessian unit. So I decided I want to go ahead and do a British unit. But I was waiting on my Old Glory, well, basically all my orders to come in. I have Stone Mountain, I had Magister Militarum, I have Old Glory, and I was waiting for all those miniatures to come in. Now, I've got 2 Limbers I've had for ever. I've had them for hundreds of years. I also have some Essex British generals. I also have some Essex. I should have some Essex in here somewhere. American generals. Yeah, they're there. But I don't need those. There's only like 3 generals in a pack. And they're not, yeah, it's like a general and his staff. So it would be like Howe or Burgoyne or something like that. And I might do that. But Old Glory has a general pack that I think I'm going to use for so I can make multiple generals. Okay, so this is what I wanted to show you. The 21st is a Royal Fusilier unit, and these are Fusiliers that I got from Magister Militarum. And I got one of the 3 packs. I probably should have got a Grenadier pack, but these guys all, okay, this looks like Command. Got a couple of standards, a couple of officers with swords. I'm going to eventually open this pack and okay, it looks like I got 4 standards, and if that's the case, I'm only going to use 2 of them. But I only need, like this unit, I only need 18, and each of these packs come with 8. So if I get these 2 packs, that's 16, and then I only need 2 figures from there. But I'm gonna take 3 or 4 figures from that. So I'm gonna have a couple of these extras, which is fine. I never really did any kind of opening them up and really looking at them. I feel like they're very thin. You know, they're about 15 millimeter. These guys are all shoulder arms. I know you can't see that. And these guys, it's pack 7 and pack 8. These guys are cradling their musket with one arm, so it's like they're holding it close to the chest, where these guys are holding the buttstock, and the second arm is holding right above the firing mechanism. So it's like one of them is holding it with 2 hands, and one of them is just cradling it with one. So it'll just give a little bit of a different pose. But I think everybody in the same pack is pretty close to the exact same pose. And it's like this is one mold, this is one mold, and this is 2 molds. This is the standards and the officers. Yeah, there's no drummer or fife or anything like that. I could have swore the command pack was supposed to have like a flutist or something. Once I open it, it looks like swords. Yeah, the standards. Yeah, it's only an officer and a standard bearer pose in there. So I might have to open one of my like Blue Moon command packs and pull the drummer out and put it in this pack. But that's exactly why I have these Ziplocs, is so that if I do need to mix and match from other packages, I can do that. And I do have on my little card here, I wrote down what types of units I need, like Fusiliers, Grenadiers, and then do I actually have the flags? And it looks like I do have the flags, and they're from GMB. Because I might be putting some units together that I have flags for, but are not the exact unit that was at Freeman's farm. Because I haven't found the 64th flag. Looking at the 64th, they looked like they had a buff or a yellowish flag. So I could use a nondescript buff or yellowish flag. Like what I'm going to do with my Canadians, I plan to take paper and just make my own Canadian flag for the Continentals. It's basically just a solid orange flag with the letters Corps written on it. But yeah, this unit is probably the unit I'm going to be working with next. But I'm still kind of waiting for my Old Glory order and my Stone Mountain order. I don't really want to... I might just do the Dearborn unit because I still need other figures to come in before I can really make that call. Or I could just do British officers because I have the British officer pack in Old Glory and it's got like 15 or 18 mounted officers. So I might do that just to knock that out. And those have personalities like Burgoyne and Clinton and Frazier and things like that that I might be able to use. Yeah, so that might be my next little project. I think is going to be the British officers. Because once I get them knocked out, then I'd like to do some artillery and cavalry, mainly just to I'm going to put cavalry on bases like this. I'm going to put like 2 horses on a stand. So 6 horses will be a standard cavalry unit. Now, I think in the Land of the Free book, I think it says that a cavalry stand is this size, right? Basically 40 by 60. So this is 40 frontage and 60, and you put 4 horses on there, almost exactly like Napoleon's battles. And then you'd have 1 cavalry stand, and then you would just have to have 2 more cavalry stands for a total of, what is that, 12 horses? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep, like 12 horses, which really isn't that many, to be honest. And that would make a pretty nice cavalry unit. But all the pictures that I've seen in the book shows the cavalry on a lot like Black Powder, where they're just 2 horses on a stand. Now, a cavalry unit, it shouldn't have the same footprint as an infantry unit. It should be bigger. So I'm going to see if I've got any 40 by 60s. I think I do. And if not, I'll just go ahead and get some from war bases. But I don't have any cavalry. I got some British Light Dragoons, and there's no cavalry at Freeman's farm, so I really don't need to do that anytime soon. But I do want to do some just so that I can say that I have cavalry. And the artillery, I'm waiting for my artillery to come in. I mean, I've got some Brunswick artillerists. I've got some... Yeah, I think that's the only thing I've got is Brunswick artillerists. And I've got some 3-pound grasshopper guns, but those are supposed to be for the Continentals. So I'm basically just waiting for all that to come in. And my Old Glory order has been out in the waves for about a month now. It's been a little over a month, I think. And I was super surprised when the Magister Militarum order came in today, because I was like, I had just placed that order maybe 2 weeks ago, maybe 1 week ago. I mean, they were super fast. So I'm very pleased with that. The Stone Mountain order has been out for a while now as well. What is today? Today's the 11th. It's only been 2 weeks. so that's not a big deal. And then my Peter Pig order got canceled, so um, I'm not in a hurry to reorder Peter Pig. Um, I did order some 28 millimeter Napoleonics from Peter Pig at the same time. I think they have 28 millimeter. Maybe it was Magister Militarium that I was going to order 28 millimeter Napoleonics, but basically I was going to order some artillery so that I could paint them up for the store. I have a commission for Russian Napoleonics that I put on hold. They're almost done. They're very close to being finished, but I put them on hold until I receive payment, and then once I receive payment, then I'll complete them. And I so in the meantime, I'm taking this downtime as an opportunity to do more for my American War of Independence. I still have a long way to go. I still have the Green Mountain Boys to do. I've got 2nd New Hampshire to do, which they have the light blue jackets. I've got the Canadians to do. And then on the British side, I've got the entire British force to do, which is like 5 regiments, plus lights and grenadiers, and then Indians, and a couple more Brunswick regiments, along with Jaegers and Grenadiers. Yeah. Now, I found one source that said there was only 2 Brunswick battalions because the one of them was left at the dock or something like that. But that's only one reference. The other ones all say that all 3 were there. Spec, Retz, Ridicel. Okay, so I think I got you caught up. I twisted your ear long enough, and these militia are from Blue Moon. So what I will do is hopefully you've got a good close-up view of them when I had them on the spinner, and they look, yeah, okay, there we go. GMB flag, of course. Can't get too close. Yeah, and you'll see that there are tricorns, there's round hats, there's some of these guys like, oh wow, I don't think any of those. Like this guy got a round hat with it folded up on the side. That's the drummer. There's a couple of them like that. Just couldn't see them immediately. All right, guys. Thanks for coming out and checking out this video. And if you're interested in picking up some of the miniatures that I have on my store, check out my store on eBay because I have quite a few other miniatures as well as American War of Independence. And I have Blue Moon, and I've got Old Glory, and Warlord Games, and War Games Atlantic, Rubicon, and all kinds of manufacturers. You should check them out. And if you want me to do a commission for you, you should contact me at my email address so that I can, well, in the description, in the video description, it should have a link to my price sheet. So you should check that out. But also you can email me if you have any questions. All right, I'll catch you in the next one.